Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Parminder. Today, we are exploring how to bridge the gap between your spreadsheets and your professional tax software. Our goal is to show you today how to leverage those Excel skills that you use on daily basis while working on your client's tax return within TaxCycle, so that it can help you with manual data entry, increase accuracy, and so that you can reclaim your time during the busy season. So we will walk you through 4 specific workflows today that turn Excel into a powerful data engine for your tax practice. The data presented in this presentation is entirely fictional and used solely for illustrative purposes. Now, what we are going to cover today, I am going to show you that how you can extract slips data downloaded from a CRA for reconciliation in Excel, and also import T4, T5, and other slips information from Excel into TaxCycle slips return, and how you can import your T21-25 income statement information from Excel into TaxCycle. And at the last, customize the export of data from the client manager for further use in Excel. Now, let's get started, and you can see that I have a T1 return here, and this is a family return. On the left-hand side, you can see that. And this is the 2024 T1 return, and we can go ahead and start talking about AFR. So when you're using CRA's Auto-fill My Return, you often deal with a massive volume of individual slips like the 5008 slips that don't always match the tidy summaries your clients provided to you. So how you can get to the Auto-fill My Return is you can get to that from the bulletin at the top, or you can also go to the data tab at the top, and then from the left-hand side, you will be able to find Auto-fill My Return. And from here, you can ensure that you have selected the clients for which you want to get the data from CRA through AFR service. And once that is done, you can click on next. It will take you to the CRA website, and then you can enter your credentials, and you will be able to download the data for the clients. You will be able to ensure the SIN numbers as well for those clients. Now, I have prepared a file already that will respond in a similar way that as if we would have gone to a CRA website. And I am going to select that right here. So now you can see that once you have it, once you have gone to the CRA website, this is how it will show you the downloaded data from the CRA. And you can see what you have downloaded from the CRA and what it is, and what the slips that you have already in the return, it is matching that data with it. And on the right-hand side, you can see, depending on the slip that you have selected, you can see the data for that, what you are going to import, and what you already have within the return. But what I want to show you today is that if you have a multiple or like hundreds of slips of same type, for example, we have here T5008 slips, and you may see that there are a number of slips coming from CRA, but your client is giving you one summary, very tidy summary, and you might be thinking like, what's the total? Or you might be feeling confused, like what is coming and what client is giving you. So you want to reconcile it quickly. So for that, you have an option in TaxCycle that you can, once you have it selected, so for example, T5008 slip I have selected here, on the right-hand side, you can click on Export T5008 slips, and it will give you a number that how many T5008 slips you have or that are coming from CRA AFR. So if I click on here, and I can go ahead and save this, and now it is showing me where it is going to be saved. and I can click on it to open it. Now you can see that I have this Excel, and you can see that who's the issuer and currency, security settlement amount, all of this disposed security quantity, all of that you can see in here. And then if you want, you can work through the Excel accordingly right in here, and you can get the totals. Once that is done, you can come into the tax cycle and enter one manual entry for the totals. So if I go back to the tax cycle here, once I have it exported to Excel and work through my Excel and use my Excel skills, and once that is done, I can come in here and click on do not import these 8 T5008 slips. And as soon as I do that, you can see that all those T5008 slips are being excluded, and I can go ahead and import the rest of the data. Now that we got all the information that we had, but as you can see that we haven't had the T5008 slips imported because that's what we choose, and we can come here and enter that and enter the verified totals manually, ensuring your return is both clean and accurate. Now, let's talk about T2125, and we are going to switch to 2025 T1 return for the same client, and let's open T2125 for him. So here, let's open this T2125 business name Mountains of Cupcakes, and this is the statement that is coming from the last year, so it is being carried forward. So for your self-employed clients who provide bookkeeping in Excel, there is no need to retype every line item into a T2125 business statement if you use a template for the Excel. So what you want to do is you can go ahead and once you have your T2125 open, you can create a template. So you can create a template for almost any form in TaxCycle. For example, T776, you can create for medical expenses. You can create templates for that. You can go to the Data tab at the top, and then Excel import. You can click on Create Excel Template. But before that, I want to mention one more thing. That's I want to give you a tip, actually. So if I go down, so there might be some, for example, if you have more income, so other income, you can see that there is only one row for that. So if I enter other income 1, or let's say 2, and let's say 3, and then 4, something like that. So what I am doing is I am expanding tables here and adding a blank rows in TaxCycle. So if I go now and then create Excel template, I can go ahead and save it, and you can see where it is being saved, and I can click on it to open it. Now you can see here that we do have a field codes that is referencing to the line number in TaxCycle, and here is that you can enter data, and here you can see line number, and this is a description. For example, city, business number, this is the field code for that, and then you can enter a business number right in here, business address, and city, all of that, you can go ahead and enter that. But now for the other income, you can see that we have other income rows added, 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can see we had 4 rows added, and in that way we can expand our table. So this is a tip which could be very good if you are working through the medical expenses and all of that. You want to add that rows in T2125 in TaxCycle first, and then create a template. So the field codes are ready for you. Now, I do have a one T2125 Excel import ready. So let's go back to the TaxCycle here, and then we can go ahead and start importing. So T2125, we can create a new one, and then you want to go to the data at the top and then import Excel. So I have this Aqua Pursuits daycare, and if I click on open, you can see that all that information is imported within a second. All the expenses are there, net income is there, all of that information right there for me. Now, if I want to go ahead and show you this template that I have, if I open it, so this is the template that has been prepared from by one of our longtime customer, Matthew, and you can also go ahead and use that if you want to build on it. You can do that if you want to take a reference from it. You can do that. So for that, you want to go to our community, our protaxcommunity.com, and there you want to click on this search box, and then you want to enter Excel templates for business and rental, and that's where you will be able to find this template for business, for rentals. He has also shared a template for medical expenses. So if you want to see that, and you can see that many people have appreciated him for the effort that he has put in and shared this template with everyone. So you can go ahead and download this template to get a reference from, and also if you want to use it or build on it, you can definitely look into that. And if you want to look into the expandable tables more in detail, we do have a help topic available on our website. You can search for Excel import forms. You will be able to see right in here, there is expandable table section and how it works. Just wanted to mention. Now I have opened T4 slips return for 2025 in TaxCycle. Slip season is all about volume. So if you have a payroll or investment data in Excel, you don't have to enter those slips one by one in TaxCycle. TaxCycle makes it very easy for you to work with that data. So TaxCycle provides standardized sample files for T4, T4A, T5, and T5018 imports. So you can find those under your C drive. If I go in here, this PC, Windows C, and then you want to go to Program Files, and then Trilogy Software. And after that TaxCycle, you will be able to find samples. Under samples, you will be able to find a bunch of samples for different type of scenarios and modules. And here you can find a sample TaxCycle slips import. Now you can see here in T4, T4A, T5, there are different tabs for each of these slips return. And if I click on T4, you can see at the top, the way this template work is that at the top, you can find the field code. So this here, all of these are field codes, and below that you can enter the recipient information. So this is one of the recipients' SIN number and their employee number, their name, and all other details. And if I scroll it to the right, you can find more information. So for example, box 14, box 16, all of that right in here. And also, if you want to enter information in other box, you can enter that right in here, and then amount right in here. So what I mean by that is, if I go to the T4 here, if I scroll further down, and you see there is other information, and if I expand these arrows, so I can choose between these options. And once I have that done in the Excel, it will be entered in here, and then also amount will show up in here. Awesome. So one way to get that information from Excel into the T4 here is you can go to the data and then Excel import and then click on import slips. The other way, the one that I like, is if I come in here and I can just simply go ahead and use drag and drop, not write this. Import slips from Excel into this return, yes. And as soon as we do that, you can see that we got all the information that they have in the sample file for T4 and T4A. All of this information is right in here. Now, I want to mention one thing here, one magic one thing is that, yes, the tabs. If you have a T4, if you're working for the client who has a T4, but they also have a T5018, you can have Excels built up for both of these scenarios, for the T4 as well as T5018, in the same Excel worksheet, and it will work fine for you. Another last thing for this importing slips is that if I go back, you have the option to undo this action. If you can do it almost for any last action in TaxCycle, but this is something I wanted to mention. So you have the option to do undo or redo the action. So now we can again have this information that we had. All right, now let's go to Client Manager. That's the last piece that I want to talk about, is managing your practice. So the Client Manager isn't just a search tool, it's a reporting engine. What you want to do is, let's go to the Client Manager. That is something you can do that from start screen. There is an option to go to the Client Manager. And once you do that, you will be able to see all the clients that you have within your database. And on the right-hand side, there is an option for you that you can export the data that you see on the screen right now, all of that, to export it to Excel. So if I click on it, you can see that it is asking me to save it, and then it will open like this. So it is keeping the layout that as it is, as I had, and then also all the information for all those clients that I had. Depending on if I had any search applied, it would have come right in here. So print screen. Now, if I go back to the Client Manager, here there is another option, export to a detailed Excel worksheet. So if I click on that, now let's see what it shows us. It is going to show you all the columns that you have within our system. So all the data that we have for those clients, you can see and work through or organize more into the Excel in the way you want to look into the information and work through this worksheet here. Now let's go back to the Client Manager and look into the other option. So here, more options that you can export return status to Excel worksheet. So this is going to show you a return status. So you can see that module, year ending, filing, waiting on client, or if this is done, you can also apply filters as well, and accordingly you can work through it. And next is the last one is that export contact information. So if you click on that, it will save the Excel worksheet, and then you can see that it is going to give you all the contact information that you have within the tax returns for those tax returns that you have within your database. And just in case you need to reach out to these clients quickly, and then you can come in here and use the phone numbers, name, address, all of that. And the last one here is full data export. If you click on that, it will create a CSV for you, and you can export the whole data that you have for this within your database for these clients. Now, what I want to show you is you have a quick search on the right-hand side. I'm going to pin it for the constant access. So outstanding invoice. So let's say there is invoices. Oh, and I want to see for 2025 if there is any outstanding invoices, if there are any clients who have not paid me yet, and in case I want to reach out to them. So now I have these clients right in here, and I can unpin it. And you can see as soon as I selected invoicing, outstanding invoice, it has selected the invoicing layout. If you want to make a change in layout, you can go to the options and then use the drag and drop functionality. And then you can choose which column you want to see in specific column layout. So for example, if there is anything specific, for example, if let's say I want to see a client ID in it, so I can add a client ID. If no, then I can remove it. If I select apply, okay, you can see that I have a client ID now here. And I can ensure that I have selected the layout that I want to see. And after that, I can go ahead and export to Excel worksheet. And once I save it, and you can see that invoicing sent, and all of this information is right in here. Reference, invoicing balance, and the file name, or you can also add client name for, oh, here it is, this first and last name. And you can see and you can reach out to these clients that way. Awesome. You also have the option, you can email this list to your, if you want to email it to your colleagues so that they can work on it. So this is something you can do. It will be sent via in an Excel format. So one step ahead for you. So you don't have to go to the email and then send it to your client. So you can do that directly from here. Awesome. By mastering these 4 connections between Excel and TaxCycle, you are for sure optimizing your entire workflow. And if you need more resources, you can go to our help topics or our resources page. You can type their Excel import. You will be able to see how you can import slips from Excel, how you can import forms from Excel, all of that on our website. This is all what I wanted to cover today. Thank you everyone for joining us, and have a wonderful rest of the day.